So we have this video right here saying that MrBeast videos are down 50%, and the asking the question is YouTube dying? If you have been on YouTube, whether you're a YouTuber or you have been watching YouTube, MrBeast shouldn't be somebody new to you because he is the top performer on this platform, YouTube. And if his views are going down by 50%, that leaves us with a question that is something wrong with YouTube. So in this video, they gave 5 theories why they think MrBeast's views are going down and why many other YouTubers' views are going down, because they also speak about a research that was done where they discovered that some other big content creators' views are going down. Yeah, content creators like MKB, the tech guy, like his views are also going down. So they talk about 5 theories on why their views are going down. But this video is 35 minutes long. I'm just going to play the parts that gives the main point and then we move on. So if you want to watch the full video, you have to go to their YouTube channel. It's Take Media Podcast. You can go to their channel and watch the full video.
The 5 competing theories of why views are declining. So we've talked about MrBeast. We've seen other creators that are out there. There are some theories. We want to name them and synthesize them. It's probably a combination of all the above. And this is an interactive episode. We're curious your theories or maybe what your experience is. Number 1, the shorts cannibalization thesis. So we kind of mentioned this. The whole thing is, okay, why are MrBeast's views down? Well, is he and everybody else getting as much distribution on homepages to get those clicks? And what YouTube has revealed is that with 200 billion daily shorts views, which is up from 70 billion in 2024, which is massive, beating TikTok, beating everything else everywhere else, it's like they're pushing shorts so hard. But the problem is shorts is cannibalizing long form. Do you believe that to be true?
Man, I go back and forth on this one. I would say overall, no, I don't believe this to be true. I don't.
So for this first theory, they didn't give a definite answer. They didn't give an absolute answer. They were like, it's a debate. Yeah, but what this main point is trying to say that maybe one of the reasons why the views are going down is because YouTube is now focusing on shorts. Because when you use your phone, if you open it, you notice that YouTube first shows you a lot of shorts. So one of the theories is that YouTube is not showing MrBeast audience his videos. Maybe YouTube is only showing them the short, because now YouTube is pushing short. Because of the way YouTube is pushing short, YouTube is not showing the long form videos to the viewers. So that is one theory. And then let's move on to the second theory.
Why are views down? One theory is the shorts cannibalization thesis. The second thesis is the saturation thesis.
There we go.
Now, okay, this argues that with 69 million active creators uploading 500 hours per minute, now again, the YouTube says 20 million uploads per day.
Crazy.
Means attention is inevitably distributed more thinly. And that's what we just said. Inevitably, there's maybe more total views on the platform, but more distributed across creators, so everybody's getting less views.
So yeah, this theory is, they call it the saturation theory. You're just trying to say that the total views that YouTube are getting is the same or it has increased. But the thing is, there are more creators coming in. And so because of there are more creators, these total views are spread out. So let me use numbers to explain it. So let's assume that YouTube has a total view of 1 million views every single month. And there are only 10 creators. So 1 million views, 10 creators. So with 10 creators, it should be giving 100,000 views per month. But now, with that same 1 million views, we now have 20 creators. So what do you think will happen? So the views will be distributed. So why the total views is the same 1 million or has increased? Because of the number of creators now on YouTube, the views have been distributed. So making some of these big YouTubers to get low views. Yeah, so that's what this theory is talking about. So let's move on to the third theory.
The third thesis here is the satisfaction algorithm thesis. And this is interesting because this is suggesting that there's a shift that's happened on YouTube, that we're moving away from watch time optimization into satisfaction-based ranking. I don't know about you, Sean. I've totally seen things popping up even over the last 18 months or so of these surveys that happen after videos, these little faces with emotions that you can click. YouTube actually asking, how did this video make you feel? Or scrolling in my mobile app and seeing a video that I'd previously watched show up in my feed, and YouTube's asking, how did you like this video? And so it's this whole idea that the algorithm is now prioritizing how viewers feel over how long they watch, and hyper optimized clickbait is performing worse relative to genuinely satisfying content. What are your thoughts on this one?
Yeah, this one actually ties us back into the MrBeast conversation, because there was a whole through line in that story of even him mentioning that the hyper YouTube edited, the retention editing that maybe grips your attention, but just fries your nervous system. It's just pummeling you with like, you're being yelled at and things. You just can't look away. But by the end of it, how do you feel? MrBeast himself mentioned we're going to be slowing down the edit. And then you zoom out into this whole authenticity trend, which feels like a word that's kind of starting to get played out, but is also so important, where people are feeling burnt out or overwhelmed. So creators that are slowing down, connecting, creating a different experience. The point is optimizing for satisfaction.
Yeah.
Optimizing to just like get attention and get a click, and you kept the viewer watching and a bunch of information filled their brains, but what kind of experience did they leave with? So when the algorithm prioritizes how viewers feel over how long they watch, hyper optimized clickbait performs worse relative to genuinely satisfying content.
So Vaya, this theory is talking about satisfaction of viewers. Now, YouTube is moving from how long are people watching the videos to how satisfied are they after watching the videos. So using MrBeast as an example, so because he has good editing, good pacing and everything, people are forced to watch to the end. So as for retention, MrBeast have it. But the thing is, how satisfied are they after they are done watching it? Because if you watch MrBeast's video, there are a lot of shouting, a lot of so much noise or shouting and everything that even after watching to the very end, sometimes you might not feel good. Yeah. So because YouTube is moving from how long are people watching to how satisfied are they after watching. So because of that, content that people are not satisfied watching, even though they have good retention, YouTube tends not to promote those type of videos. So that's what this theory is about. So let's move to the fourth theory.
So the fourth theory for why views are declining is this connected TV context shift thesis, which is posing that as YouTube becomes a living room platform, as we were talking about, competing with Netflix, Disney Plus, the algorithm on YouTube is going to increasingly favor lean back content. So like video podcasts, conversations, even some sort of show format that's happening and that YouTube's going to prioritize this content actually over the fast-paced mobile native style that has kind of defined things previously. So
So before I explain this theory, I just want to tell you that a lot was said in this video. This is like a podcast, podcasts, they go into details. So over here, I'm just trying to explain the points they are giving. Yeah, so if you want to watch the full video, you have to go to the channel and search for this video. MrBeast's views are down 50%. Is YouTube dying? So it's a Think Media podcast. Here is a Think Media podcast. So they made this video 2 months ago. So you can go there and watch their full video. So back to this point, this TV Connect You is talking about now YouTube is competing with some of these streaming platforms like Netflix, Destiny. So, some of these movies, they are not that fast-paced as the mobile YouTube experience. So because YouTube is now competing with these streaming platforms, it seems like YouTube is pushing content that are not fast-paced as compared to like the MrBeast type of editing that is very fast paced. Like I said, a lot was shared in this video. So if you want to watch a full video, you can go to their YouTube channel and watch the video. So now the fifth theory that was mentioned, let's hear it.
But the fifth thesis here, I think tags along right off the fourth one, is that this audience fatigue thesis, which is kind of arguing that after the years of every creator trying to copy the MrBeast playbook, hooks in the first 5 seconds, retention, editing, manufactured stakes, like all this stuff, right? That the audience can sense a formula, that content can become formulaic, and we know what we're kind of tuning in, now they're tuning out, and that there's actually some data on more authentic content outperforming this polished pace. Thoughts on this one? I know we just kind of walked through this a little bit. But.
Yeah, I mean, I think my thoughts, I kind of already hit it, that I think it could be overrated that like, oh, raw and authentic content outperforms fast-paced content. No, it just depends. I think it depends on what the audience expectation is. In my opinion, I think both are winning. We are just seeing, when we see a trend, we see a counter trend. And is there audience fatigue? Is there burnout to certain types of content? Have lots of creators copied MrBeast? I think for sure. So you do see diminishing returns with that. But then you could also say have a lot of business creators copied Alex Hormozi.
Yeah.
And so with anything, I think there's this book or phrase in marketing that says marketers ruin everything. And at the end of the day, if you're a YouTube creator, you're a marketer. You're trying to put out a billboard, your thumbnail, and a headline, your title, to get someone's attention to click on your video, and then to optimize the whole thing to keep retention. So things shift. And so when marketers ruin everything, it just means that maybe there's something on YouTube that worked for a while, but there's going to be a point in time when you need to pivot or reinvent yourself.
So just like they have explained, because of this MrBeast type of editing, the fast-paced editing, a lot of YouTubers have copied this style of editing to also improve retention. And because of that, it seems like it is now common. Everybody is doing it. So, and the audience, the consumers, they are not finding it to be tiring. Like, it's like they can now predict what will happen. So since they can predict what is happening, like it's kind of becoming boring. So they are tired of the same type of content. And because of that, they are no longer watching, or they are tuning into some of this authentic content where people don't edit, they just put their camera top and something like that. And so these are the 5 theories that they have as to why these views are going down. And before I end this video, I wanted to listen to some advice that they have here, because they have a pretty good advice for new content creators.
But I think that brings us to the next part. It's like, kind of, what are we going to do about, or is there still opportunity?
100%. And I think the opportunity is really there. I think there's good news for new and small creators. And the first big thing to really take seriously is this idea that because views are being more distributed, right, that there really is an opportunity for new channels to show up and like pop off. I mean, literally, we just talked about Sherry a little bit ago, who's like in her 70s, first video, boom. And I watched that video, Sean.
And big idea number 2, if views are down, income can still be up. So for the ad dependent creator, this is bad news.
100%.
If you were counting on views to pay your bills, then an over 50% decline in views is catastrophic. It's sad no matter what, but that's really not, that is a direct hit to your income.
Yes.
And of course, views going down could be a direct hit to your income no matter what, because it's less traffic. However, you can build a moat of security around you by diversifying your income streams. That's not a new idea probably to most listeners. I think the challenge for most listeners is, what exactly should my business model be? It's like oversimplified. It's like, what you do is you like create channel, create course, set up funnel. And like, you've kind of, but have you thought deeply about the money plan for your specific channel in a 2026 environment? That's a topic for another day.
That's a topic for another day. But in this video over here, I reacted to a video of a guy who has 17 streams of income. Like through YouTube, he was able to create 17 streaks of income, and he's making good amount of money even with low views. So check the video out and I'll see you there.